Dum dum doo dum doo doo dum 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 doo dum doo doo dum. Just release me. Ha 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 ha. Dum dum doo dum doo doo dum. Dum dum doo dum doo doo dum. Just release me. Welcome, welcome. Yep. Just release. Dre Dog. Yep. Dre Dog is here. Hello. Hello, people. Hello. Yeah. Just come to talk about some times when I was incarcerated and I found myself in hell. Yeah, in hell. And what I mean by that is you 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 do some things while you're incarcerated. But I want to pray peace upon y'all families today. I want to pray peace upon those who are incarcerated, men, women, and teenagers. I know today is visitation day, and there's some that's traveling, and I pray peace upon y'all travel, and that y'all loved ones is doing well, as to be expected. I know there's COVID inside the institution, so I hope ain't now one of y'all loved ones sick today, and that y'all visits to be well appreciated, cause I know they are already suited up and waiting on you all to come. So let them know just release Andre Wade is praying for them daily, and that they time comes where freedom will find them. And some of them will be surprised. Some of them be surprised that freedom has been given to them. So I know it's some parolees that made parole, and there's some that's waiting on parole. And like my brother, parole is coming to him soon than he think. I was going to talk about the times when I found myself locked up while being locked up. That's hell, we called it on East Ham. They used to lock us up behind something, fights, contraband, uh, having relationships with women, relationships with men, because somebody done gave you up. So you found yourself sitting back there in hell. Hell was a place where you didn't want to be while being locked up. Here it is, you locked up, and they go ahead and lock you up. Ain't that crazy? They lock you up back in them dungeons. And in them dungeons ain't no place that you want to be while you being locked up. They put you in handcuffs and they lock you up. Oh, but it's an experience that we go through while doing time. I remember a time when I had this law, and I really played on it. And when he found out, he set me up. He waited until I had some work, and he had me locked up. He called a lieutenant on me, a lieutenant that didn't like me, and the lieutenant, the only thing they locked me up back there in hell. It's what we called it, hell, because that's what it seemed like. And this was at the time when they took all your property. You couldn't go back there with no fan, no nothing. You just be back there until they bring your property. And when they bring your property, the first thing you pull out is the fan. Is the fan, because it's so hot back there. I don't know how many of y'all went through lived your time in SEG. I think on the new units they have AC. They have AC on them new units in SEG. And the old units, which I was on East Ham, they didn't have no AC. It was straight up hot. And all you can do is watch the pigeons. You watch the pigeons all day. They played and did what they did. But hell wasn't no place to go while you was locked up. And I think I was in hell about out of my whole incarceration time, probably over 10 times I was locked up because of my behavior. Our behavior pattern, it leads us to worse places in jail, worse places. They'll transfer you to for a unit where they know you don't want to be. And by me being a maximum security offender, they would send me off, way off. But I wouldn't stay. Listen to me. I would not stay there. I would make them transfer me from there. Yeah, because I had to be close to my mom. I had to be close to the city. I couldn't be way off like that, And these are some of the things they do to you when you find yourself incarcerated and find yourself in trouble. Cause see, you don't have no control of classification unless you have a loved one, people that care in society that will get in contact with those people and let them know, hey man, y'all having too far off. And they got a thing called hardship. Hardship is you have to be out of trouble for a whole year, 1 year. You couldn't have no major case. And it's up to classification to approve. And what your people have to do is get a doctor's permit stating that you can't travel for over so many miles. And so if you from Houston, your doctor's permit or your mother's or whoever, they permit have to state that they can't travel over 75 miles because see 100 miles, they feel like 100 miles is not good enough. So you go 75 miles on their butt. And you have doctors that will give you that permit, that travel permit, and all you have to do is submit it to a classification, and they'll transfer you, but you can't been in no trouble. You can't have no case. That's the only thing. That's the catch. No major cases. It's it's sunny out here today over here on the south side of Houston, and it's a pretty day though. It's a pretty day. It's a pretty day. A day for visit, and I'm sitting back. Thought I'd do a video and letting y'all know that I'm here and I care. I truly care about the things that's going on in your lives and your loved ones' lives that's incarcerated. I had to think, right? I had to think on some things. And one of the things I thought about is those times when I was locked up and I had 15 days solitary several times. I was on close custody where the bad actors are. I remember having both of my feet, and not just one. So I was able to entertain anything that came my way. I remember a time when I was in hell, and there was this Puerto Rican, I think he was, and he stayed like next door to me. And I watched this dude. This dude, man, they beat this dude because the SIG laws is far more different than the population laws. And they will whoop you back there in handcuffs. In handcuffs. You be in handcuffs, and they will whoop your butt. And I just couldn't understand why people would want to live in SIG when you had no control of your food. They fix your food and they bring it to you while you're in the cell. You got roaches, you got rats. And it was crazy back there, man. Who want to live like that? I know I didn't. So I was be glad when them 15 days be over with. But the thing about it is I would go back out there in population and still live like I had been living before I went to SIG. It's crazy because of of how we do ourselves, how we place ourselves through things. and knowing they not right, knowing it's not right. And it's the same way we do out here. We place ourselves through some things out here that can place us in jail, place us locked up. I have a partner. He's on 3 bonds. He on 3 bonds, and maybe facing some time. I don't know. Depends on what kind of law you got, depending on the case. Uh, I pray that he get out of it. And it's sometimes when we get in them kind of situation, it slow us down. It slow us down. It make us start thinking more rationally, because hey, you will find yourself with a lot of time. And hey, everybody can't do time. Everybody that do wrong can't do time. No, man. That's why they got snitches. That's why they have snitches telling it on everything. Telling it. Seriously. You got some guys that's been in the game so long, and you wonder how they been in this game, but you remember when they got busted and ain't nothing happened. Now y'all think about that. Y'all think about that. I had a situation where I was locked up, and once again I found myself in hell, back there serving some time, but I hadn't been given. But I think before I seen you go in front of the classification back there, which is a warden, a major, lieutenant, maybe a captain, somebody. But I had this lieutenant on my side, and the lieutenant, man, he kept it where they took 720 days from me. They took 720 days. They gave me 15 days solitary, and they took my custody, made me close custody. That was probably one of the harshest times that I did, because the 720 days, that's over 2 years, and they do that to you, because I had got busted. I had got busted again while being locked up. By being locked up, I found myself locked up in hell. And like I say, hell ain't no nice place. It ain't no nice place. Hell was segregation. They seg you. I remember there was a guy working back there, SSI. Sorry dude, but he smoked a cigarette, so he would do anything out the nature for you for some cigarettes. But if you just asked him to do something and ain't had nothing to give him, oh, he wasn't gonna do nothing for you, man. He wasn't gonna do nothing for you. But if you had them cigarettes like I did, I remember I used to have packs in my chips. Yeah, I used to have packs in my chips, so I would travel with those packs in my trips. Got busted one time. I had a sergeant came and shook me down because dudes had snitched on me. I had several cells where I used to keep my stuff. I paid dude. But this night, I don't know what it was. I fell asleep. I had got a bag from one of my stash houses, and I kept the bag. I don't know why I didn't get this bag to this boy that morning when they was calling line force or breakfast. But I kept the bag, and so the sergeant that came to my cell, he seen all that commissary. He said, "Wade, I'm gonna eat some of this." And the bag of chips that he went was a bag of Zaps, and they were stale. So he knew that it was had for them to been stale like that. He went searching the bag and found the stuff. He locked me. Well, he locked me up. But like once again, the lieutenant that couldn't stand me, who his wife cut it for me so much, he didn't like that. He didn't like that his wife liked me so much. But he had me locked up. He had me locked up. And I just had a lot of stuff in my favor too, though. I had a lot of rank because I was SSI for a long time, and I was a good worker, and and some people, they help when you tell the truth. when you're telling the truth, a lie don't get you by. Not to that extent. You lie to get out of trouble. Uh, I ain't had to do nothing but tell the truth because I got myself in trouble a lot of times. A lot of times I got myself in trouble. I had a fight one time. I had a fight with a law, and the law, it was behind a female. He jumping and the female was playing. She was playing with me, but this was a new law. He didn't know what was going on, jumped all in my face. I told him, I said, hey man, I said, you better get out of my face, man, before I knock. He said, well, not I knocked him down. I'm gonna put my bang, bang, I knocked him down to the ground. Well, he was a young white boy. Ain't have nothing, fresh and gray. But they had locked me up. But the lieutenant was only the highest rank on the shift at that time. So when the officer, the female officer, went in there and told him what took place, and the young officer, he told the truth, and the lieutenant let me out. That was one time I didn't get a case for whooping a law because he initiated it. He initiated the fight, and he told him that he initiated it, and that was a good thing because he could have lied, he could have done anything. Then I would have been charged with assault on the officer. But that was once again, I was taken in favor, and I was released without a case, and I didn't have to stay back there in hell but half a day. When you do things right, you do things that there's a consequence, and it's a consequence even in prison. And when you do things, they got a place for you, and it's called hell. Hell is where you don't want to go because you don't know what kind of time you might be given in hell. And anything beyond 15 days is not right. They had a work tank where you didn't want to work. If you didn't want to work, they would place you back there. It's like a restriction tank. And you be on all that restriction because, when you don't go to work, they write you up and all that old type of thing and place you on that pod. And that pod is they only give you like toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant, shampoo. You don't get nothing else. So when you go, they're going to make sure you go to work because if you don't go to work from there, then you still get a case. And you still get stacked time. You get stacked time back there. Who want to be back there? I know I didn't. I did not want to be there. And so I kept myself in position to get a job. And I always got a job where it'll benefit me. And that's just how I was a cook. I was a presser. And I cut meat. So those kind of jobs kept me in position because officers love to eat. Officers love their clothes pressed. So those kind of jobs I had that kept me dealing with laws and kept me in position with them and kept me with that contraband. It kept me with that contraband. I knew how to press their clothes to the degree where they wanted them like that every day. They wanted like you got to pay the cleaners, you got to pay, the food people. You gotta pay everybody out here, but if you I got double meat cheeseburger with jalapenos and all that waiting on them, cheese, and them motherfucking laws love that kind of stuff, man. They love that kind of stuff. Females and all, the best way to get to a female is through her belly. Through her belly. Better not know how to cook, man. That know how to cook. Oh yeah. Yeah. But I had some times in hell that I've always thought about, even out here, the times that I was incarcerated and found myself locked down by being locked up. That's crazy. And if you think that you can go to prison and not find yourself in hell, you got another thing coming. Because something is gonna initiate that time in your life. And you want to be prepared, and just released with Andre Wade is getting you prepared because some of y'all don't think time can find you. Time can find you when you ain't doing right, and when you are doing wrong, ain't nothing to that busting time. Hey, and I'm not here to scare you because some of y'all feel that y'all can do time anyway. And you might be right. But why do time when you can make your mind up right now? Make your mind up right now not to do it. Because see, if you out here and you doing things that's not right, then you doing time anyway. Cause you ain't doing them but billing money up for a bond, billing money up for a lawyer, and billing money up for commissary. That's the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it. You might not see it that way, but a lot of y'all are right now going to court. A lot of y'all right now going to court. And some of y'all have just gotten out. So did you get out to go back or did you get out to stay out? That's some things you have to ask yourself because do you want to go back to hell? No, you don't. Because you had a taste of it and you know what hell is like inside the walls of confinement. You know what it's like. Hey, ain't nobody trying to go to prison. Ain't nobody trying to go to prison. I know I'm not. And I'm not going back. They not getting me, not like that. I like this sunshine. And it ain't on the rec yard. This sunshine, you be on the rec yard. Sun is blazing. Yeah, you be wanting to be free. You be wanting to be free. And none of you are free, people. Stay free. Stay free. Because prison ain't the place to be. Because you will find yourself one time or twice in hell. And some of y'all know what hell is like. Hey, I told you to tell somebody about just release. Tell me that like button. Tell me that like button, cause ain't no telling what I might come back with next. But you can best to show I'm coming back with something.